Gatekeepers can be tough to get through, and here's the reality. If you're not able to get past the gatekeeper, then nothing matters. In this short video, I'm going to share with you the exact script that's helped me fly past gatekeeper and book thousands of meetings. Now here's the thing, I used to get shut down a lot by gatekeepers. They would send me to a voicemail or give me some excuse like they're in a meeting or find some other creative way to get me off the phone. That is until I made a really important discovery, and here's what I learned. It was one day I was sitting in a lobby about 15 minutes early for my next appointment. I was about 8 feet from the receptionist who was receiving call after call after call. In those 15 minutes, she answered about 10 plus calls, and I could hear each one. Yes, I was casually eavesdropping, but they were salespeople like me that were calling. Friendly, outgoing, chipper with like a short pitch. And once she heard their friendly voice, I could see her get annoyed as she directed me straight to voicemail. Then I observed 2 different calls. Both calls, she immediately directed to the right department heads. I noticed actually both callers did not even say who they were, and their tone was very direct. Once a gatekeeper heard their tone, she immediately transferred without hesitation. That's when it clicked. Those direct callers did not sound like a typical salesperson. They sound like an authority figure. And when you picture someone of authority, this could be like a judge, a police officer, a prestigious doctor, or a CRO of a large company. How do they speak? That's how these direct callers sounded. They commanded the conversation with the words they used, their tone, their pace, inflection, and their presence. They spoke as if they already knew the person they were calling, and that got them through. So the question was this: if a gatekeeper believed that little old me, was an authority figure or a person of power, and that the decision maker actually knew me, would she send me to them with fewer or zero objections? That's when I decided to test my hypothesis the next day, and on every single call I made, I was direct, firm, and did not pitch. I acted as if they already knew me. I acted as if I was an authority figure. Now, I was really, really uncomfortable, but the results, I was able to speak to every single decision maker that was there, and I booked pretty much all of them. This completely changed the game for me, and I've done it this way ever since. Eventually, I learned later on I was leveraging the law of authority, which is a principle that's been around for thousands of years and has made really popular in Robert Cialdini's book, Influence. In a nutshell, it says that one of the most powerful ways to become a person of influence is to establish your authority and credibility through how you speak and carry yourself. So the moral story was, don't act like a salesperson when speaking to a gatekeeper, because a good gatekeeper can tell the difference between a salesperson, a customer, a prospective lead, or a vendor by nothing more than the tone of their voice. If the gatekeeper suspects you are a salesperson, it's going to be tough to get through. So speaking with authority and knowing the decision maker's name, which means you should do your homework, is really, really important. And being direct and firm and sound more like a customer or a potential lead always converts at a higher level. Now, if you're wondering what to say, I definitely got you covered. And for this script, you want to be direct, firm, and have short answers. Less is more here. And again, this is going to be a script or framework, so you have to make it fit you. Now, what I'm going to share with you next is going to make most salespeople very, very uncomfortable, but it is incredibly effective, especially if you are doing cold outbound. And before you assume it won't work, my challenge to you is to make 100 calls, exactly how I'm going to teach you right here in the next few minutes, especially with the attitude and tonality. So let's assume you know exactly who the decision maker is, and it sounds like this. Ring, ring, and the gatekeeper answers, ABC Enterprises, can I help you? Now you. May I speak with John? Thanks. Notice that I'm saying this in a firm, confident voice. I'm ending with thanks, which creates a statement, not a question. I'm not being angry or rude. I'm just firm. At that point, the gatekeeper may either transfer you or they'll say something like, who can I say is calling? And then you, it's Marcus. Thanks. Notice here, I'm not saying my name is Marcus, this is Marcus. I'm assuming they know who I am, and when I say thanks, I'm ending the conversation. You don't need to give any further information, including the company you work for. You give it short and direct. This forces a gatekeeper to ask more questions, because the reality is at this point, they're unsure about who you are. Are you an angry customer, a vendor, or a personal friend? And if you do this print verbatim, you can actually bypass the majority of gatekeepers at this point. Now, of course, some will ask you what company you are with, which is very normal, which is like, gatekeeper, what company are you with? You. Chan Cybersecurity Services. Thanks. Again, give them very little information. They still don't transfer you. They might even potentially ask, what is this regarding? You. In reference to a cybersecurity company I set up with XYZ company. Thanks. Because you're given such little bits of information, it forces a gatekeeper to keep asking questions, which will make them uncomfortable. They will want to transfer you because they are afraid they might mess up an important call. What you really want to avoid here is going into this back and forth with the gatekeeper trying to sell them on your solution, because again, you don't want to sell someone who can't even make a decision. Now, I know there'll be some of you out there who will watch this and thinking, well, I don't think it's going to work for me. But I'm telling you right now, this is a highly effective and very powerful scripting framework that I've taught to thousands of sales professionals sell in dozens of industries successfully. Key is to practice, 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 as your attitude and tonality is what makes it crazy effective. Now, words matter, but how you say it is where the true magic is made. So there you have it, a very simple and tactical script. I promise you'll be able to implement it right after you watch this video. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure, of course, to drop a like and subscribe to get more tactical trainings like this. And let me know below in the comments your results after you do this for a week. And if you also want a free copy of my Wall Street Journal best-selling book, 6-Figure Sales Secrets, it'll also be in the description below. Check it out, and I'll see you in the next video.